Well, welcome back, my friends all, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Outdoors. And old Scab's getting low, son. How low can you go? Listen, this is the Cold Steel R1 Military Classic in VG1 San Mai. It was sent to me to check out by Michael Emler over at Crazy Shark. I tagged him in the title. Go check him out. This is based on the Randall Model 1. I'm showing you there on the left-hand side a comparison. Let me just say this. This is one of Cold Steel's best knives they've ever done. Hands down, I absolutely adore it. It is a fighting knife. That is a choil on the spine. I've seen where somebody said it's for picking up pots. No, that's a new bushcraft dumbass thing. Not that the person's dumbass, but that is a choil for gripping and ripping. Now, if you'll notice on this knife, it has a nice forward cant, very aggressive forward cant. So when you spin that upside down and you lock your finger into that choil, son, it's for gripping and ripping. This is based, again, on the Randall Model 1. I adore my Randall Model 1. It's been a grill knife since I was 10 years old, and thanks to JR, I got one. But I thought, you know what? I'm never going to use it unless I just have to, because I love it. And then Emler said, Scab, I've got this Cold Steel R1. You want to check it out? I said, Bubba, yeah. And listen, go over to Michael Emler, Crazy Shark, give him a subscription. He and I have become good friends. He's an awesome dude. And here's a good look at this knife. Now, VG1 San Mai is some tough shit. Now, let me just say this. I'm not a veteran. Never have been. Y'all know that. I don't take knife fighting. Y'all know that. I tell you that. What I'm going to tell you in this video is just based on a lifetime of handling knives, experiencing knives. I mean, I have been shot, stabbed, beaten, left for dead, but that's not from being in the military. That's from being a criminal. So I don't think that really carries over here. I will say this. This is a new grill knife. Why? The thing is this. I love my Randall. I will always love my Randall. I grew up wanting a Randall. This feels like the Randall. It really does. Now, Cold Steel did this as a nod towards Randall. I've seen people, oh, it's a knockoff. No, it has nothing to do with being a knockoff. It is a ode to Randall. This fighting knife was in World War II. I believe Bo Randall started in the 30s, 40s. And from World War II up, Randalls have been carried. Cold Steel wanted to make an affordable version, and they did it in a tough steel. Now, this was made in Seki, Japan. The only knock that I've got on this knife is it's got about a 1-inch ricasso. Where that plays in big, and you'll see it here as we're stabbing the tire, it gets caught several times. Now, again, I'll never be in a knife fight in my life. I hope, good Lord willing, I'll never be in one. But the truth is, if you were in a combat situation and you run that through all the way in and that muscle tightens up on somebody, you may play a little hell getting it out. But that's it. That's the only knock, and that's a slight knock. The handle is LYNN micarta, and let me say that it is not slick. That's why I stabbed so much in this video. I wanted to stab. I live in the swamp-ass capital of the world. It was in the 90s today with a real feel of 100 and something degrees. So there's a lot of sweat. It's LYNN micarta, black LYNN micarta. And I'm going to tell you, I got a great grip on it. I wanted to stab a lot. I didn't go super hard on this knife because it is a prized possession of Emler. And the truth is, I didn't know it was a gift to him. I thought this is one he had picked up in the military. And then I watched his video and I was like, oh shit, I done shot this thing. It held up insanely well, but I don't know that I would have went and done what I did with it. And I didn't do anything bad. I didn't want to. This isn't a video where you just beat on a knife. That's not what it's about. Now, conversely to what I just said, that's carpet padding, and I was doing a lot of in and out, and it didn't get stuck, but it did on that tire, so I wanted to mention it. The thing is this. I love knives, and so when we do these videos, now this knife's discontinued. So the excitement here is I just love this knife. Plus, you guys are getting to experience it with me for the first time. And I look at each video every day as a learning experience. Now, I want to say this too, because I've been going back, cutting up a lot of my videos, watching a lot of videos, and when I do stuff like this, people go, "Man, I thought you was gonna get your hand." Listen, guys, I promise you, I just look stupid. When I'm doing things like this, I am on high alert because I have cut myself so many times. I don't get complacent. There are several times in this video you're going to cringe, okay? But it, like right here, see how I'm pulling, see the jerk, and I stopped right there. Once it started to pull, now that's high pressure air hose, but once it started to pull and shake a little bit, I realized, hey, if this thing comes through, it's going through me. So I did pull off, and I do want to say that. I don't say that a lot. I don't talk about that a lot, just kind of to keep the integrity of video, and sometimes it's funny. But I do want you to know I pay close attention to what I'm doing. Now look at the balance point here. I will post a weight to this knife. I think it's 9.2 ounces. Here is a tire strap or a ratchet strap I found at work today. We can't use them at work. The tag's gone and it's cut to hell and back. You'll see several rust spots. And I'm the only one at the shop that gets excited when we have to retire them because that gives me more cutting material. What I wanted to do in this video, because this is not a bushcrafting knife. It's just not, dude. It's not made for that. It has a semi-sharpened swedge. This is made for fighting, for combat, etc. Now, I am not a combat vet. I'm not a veteran, period. Never served. My son has, wife has, etc. But I make it a point. Not long ago, I reached out to several of you that are combat vets. And I said, hey, via email, via text, hey, will you send me what you're looking for in a knife? Because when I speak on these and when I test these, I can't give you any kind of experience. Nobody wants a criminal's experience. Let's just be real. But most guys said, hey, we want a knife that's tough. We want a knife that's sharp. We want a knife that holds up. I had a couple guys go, you know what? Steel does matter because of certain environments. We want a knife that's easy to put an edge on, that holds an edge. This is what we look for. And nobody said, hey, I want a knife that'll stab the shit out of anybody. Most guys focused on the utility and the tool part, right? The newer knives, it seems like, are more, even more the newer combat knives are more bushcraft oriented. And yes, you could stab with them, etc. This is a true fighting knife. This was not made for bushcraft. It just wasn't. We're going to do some bushcrafty things. Why? Because, honest to God, man, I'm not LYNN Thompson. I wish I had his cash and I could slash cows and I could cut mannequins. I'm jealous of that. I really am. And I'm a huge cold steel fan. You guys know that. If you've been with this channel, if you've rode with this channel, you know I started this channel on cold steel. I have over 80 pieces of cold steel that I own. I've had over 150 in my lifetime. This is one of the best cold steels. It is made well. The artisans in Seki, Japan, even though this is a production ran knife, the guys over there know what they're doing. The sheath is immaculate. It's beautiful leather. And again, Emler, man, thank you so much for letting me check this out. Let me stop right here too, guys, and give a shout out. Girls That Carry. Girls That Carry. She is new to YouTube. She is not new to the knife game. I don't know what she puts out about what she does for a living, but it involves weaponry. She has a unique perspective that she brings. I like her a lot. She's cool as hell. She's been on Instagram for a while. Check her channel out. She's actually doing a really good job. Go check her out. Girls That Carry. I'll put a link to her channel in the description. Tell her Scab sent you. I like stabbing a tire for the aesthetic. I mean, let's just be real, okay? Let's just be real. Now, see that aggressive forward camp when you spin that sumbitch around? But I like stabbing tire tread on a stump because the knife comes to a sudden stop. And inevitably, when I do shorts and I do things like that, people are like, oh, put your thumb on. Listen, guys. I do, again, it's presence of mind, it's awareness. I don't get complacent. I make sure that my hand, the palm of my hand is riding right on that guard. We're snug and we're good. The thing that I liked about this knife was the grip. There's so many things. I'll be honest with you. I'll be 100% honest with you. This knife checks all the bells, and I like the aggressiveness of the look. I like the choil on the spine. I like the mentality behind it. I like that it's a nod to Bo Randall. I like the steel choice. And again, VG1's some tough shit. I've got an SRK in VG1, not VG10, but VG1. Like this, the edge on this is. That is some tough shit. It really is. And it'll hold up well. Now, the description I saw of this was of a hidden tang. I'm thinking because knives of that day were rat tail that's what this is. Again, I could be wrong. I tried to do a little more research on this knife than I normally do. But all I could find was that it was a hidden tang. So I even watched Emler's video on it. I'll put his video in the comments. Now, right here, this is a piece of cedar. You can see we're not winding up. I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to do some light batoning. The handle stayed on tight. The guard stayed tight. There was no reverb. And really, truly, honestly, it has a partial hollow. It's a slight hollow grind, not a full hollow grind. So you've got, it's a little thinner behind the edge, and you've got some really, really, really good sliciness. But you've also got some good structure there, some good integrity there. We were looking at the edge. I wanted to do some chops right here, and I can't think of what kind they are. I'm not winding up. This is more of a pop chop. Now, I said that the other day, and some moron lost his mind because, well, he's a moron. My bad that I can't think of the term that Peepaw Smith called it his whole life, or jerk off. But I call these quick pop chops, flip chops, whatever. That's where you're just doing your wrist. I'll be honest with you, again, with that slightly forward cant, it's got some pretty good bump to it. And we're not trying. Just quick hitters. Bam, 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 bam. Really cut into this cedar pretty good. I was very impressed. The knife overall, would I carry it? Yeah. It's going on my walk. Now I'm sending Emler's knives back tomorrow. I've had them too long. Tomorrow's my one post office day. So it'll be going. So again, guys, shout out to Michael Emler, Crazy Sharp. Go check him out. Shout out to Girls That Carry. Go check her out. This thing's just dope, dude. It's going on the grill list. They discontinued it. I wish they'd bring it back, but they don't listen to me for shit. Whatever that dude's name is that's always got the cold steel, tell him to go tell him. Guys, listen, there was a time in this country where 22 vets a day took their own lives. We're at the weekend. It's going to be up closer to 29 or 30. That's why here on this channel, we focus on the number 0. Anything over 0 is simply unacceptable. Vets, we love you. You have a place here. Guys, I back the blue. I say it all the time. You don't have to, but I do. And finally, if you're an addict, never quit quitting. Well, I'm Scab. You're not. I'm gone, son.